Okay, I have about 3 or 4 of these to load, and you're gonna be all caught up. So during the 4th of July break, of course, it's always a nail biter because I'm gonna be in Oklahoma and they don't have internet. No, I'm kidding. My mom doesn't, but anyway. So you'll have lots to choose from. But anyway, I'll be putting out a new schedule. We're going to start in recording. This is our loading Monday. And we're going to start loading with our very, very, very lightweight. So we're going to warm up. But I would like for you on the warm up, see, I'm going to dial my weights all the way down to 3. So normally what I pick up for a lightweight is a 6. However, this is going to be part of our warm up. So I picked up a 3 and a 3. And let's say you have just any kind of little, I don't know, small can of food. Pick up something. It could be a ball. It could be just something. Okay. So by picking these up now, I'm going to do a little bit of a circle as I step. I'm not going up high. This is our warm up. Then when I'm backing up, I'm going to let this little small weight just pendulum swing. Then as I go forward, I'm going to do the charge movement. See this? So it's just a rowing action. Now, when you go back, you drop your shoulders, you pull your tummy in, you go back carefully with, you're putting the heel, the toe down and you're stepping back. Now I'm going to go step and I'm going to do the charge with my arm or rowing, whichever helps you know to do that movement. And then see, I'm letting them pendulum. See the pendulum? So having just a light weight in my hand, and it's my elbow is not bent when I go back. I'm swinging as I walk back from my shoulder joint. Okay. Now I'm going to get ready to walk forward again. So I'm going to say rib cage up. I'm going to say breathe in through the nose. I'm going to take a step and I'm going to pull my tummy in super tight. And as I push this very light weight in front of me, that's what it is. It's a push. Then I'm going to walk back and I'm going to go toe, heel press, toe, heel press. Do not bend your elbows here. See, it's just a pendulum swing, just like that. Then I'm going to do this again. I'm going to go push out. It's a pushing motion, but it's a very, very light weight. And now I'm going to swing from my shoulder and I'm going to step back. Okay. I'm going to do this one more time and then I'm going to move into a different move. So I'm going to go push, push, step, keep my tummy tight, say rib cage up, because I don't want you leaning. I don't want you leaning to get yourself to go forward. Yes, there's a little bit of a lean, but I would rather you lean kind of from your ankle. Most people, when they're walking forward, start to do a lean from their waist. They start leaning at their waist and doing this. I'm trying to get you to avoid that kind of walking, okay? So now bring these very light weights up and the palm is up. I'm going to step out. And this is the very first time that you're going to really get into the Achilles and into the calf. And you're doing what's called more of a dynamic stretch through your calf and your Achilles. So see, I'm just standing in place. My shoulders are down. I'm breathing in through my nose, out through my nose. I'm saying rib cage up. When I step, okay, and I just bring these forward, I'm going to bend that back knee a little bit. And you might ask me, the very first thing somebody would ask me is, well, how much do I bend that back knee? And I would say, you're going to step out like you're taking a step, and the heel starts to lift. Don't let it lift. Number one, push your heel down and back. And you're doing this. You're doing a very gentle pull. And you're just pulling it 1, 2, 3, and you're dropping your knee until you feel a stretch coming up the calf, up the Achilles. And then you do that repeatedly. You don't just sit on that stretch. You do it repeatedly. So you keep correcting your posture. See how I punched right here? Okay, rib cage up. Now bend the back knee, and you're going a full rotation with your arms. Your shoulders are down. And then you do maybe 2, maybe 3, and then you step out and back in with the other leg. Bend the knee. Keep that heel in the back down. Don't let it come up. Only do 1 or 2 moves. You're not sitting on this. That's why I call it more of a dynamic stretch, because we're not just static holding. And by the time I get to, let's say, doing even 4 step outs, maybe 6, and I bent the back knee, and I'm purposely pushing the knee down while I do a full bicep curl. See that? And I only do 2 or 3, and then I step back and I step back down. See how I'm bending the back knee? I'm going to drop my shoulders. I'm going to say rib cage up, push that knee down, and then come back and do it again. Once you've done that step out, step in, up to, 4 to 6 times, you start getting less tense in your calf, okay? Now we're going to turn these hands like this, right here in front, okay? I'm going to step out. I'm going to come back. So I'm right here in the middle of the room. I'm going to step out, and I'm going to pull those elbows back. And then I'm going to come right back down, okay? I got my chair here, and the back is facing me for a reason. So here I'm standing. I'm going to step out, pull those elbows back, step in, okay? Now, when you pull the elbows back, like I'm going to step out pretty wide, pull the elbows back, drop your shoulders, your knees are soft, and then you step back to neutral. So this is neutral, okay? I don't know if you can see it or not, but Mac, my dog, is laying on my disc. Anyway, step out, pull back. So this is one of the reasons why I wanted you to pick up just a light weight. Okay, you're stepping out, you're stabilizing, you're saying rib cage up, my tummy's super tight, and I'm pulling these arms back, okay? And then come back in. And one more step out on the other side, step out, pull back, okay? And come back in, all right? Take a big deep breath, and I'm gonna just go into a high squat, and then I'm gonna come back and do the same movement with my arms. So I'm gonna come right here, come back and pull, okay? Here we go, down, keep my chin tucked, I'm in my heels, then I'm gonna pull, okay? Big breath. These are, again, extremely light weights, because I'm gonna come up now straight out, all right? And we're going through full joint rotations through the shoulders and through the hips especially to get us warmed up. We didn't do like a ton of repeated marching, but we did some repeated marching with a twist. Here I go, back. So one arm, then the other, pull and come back. So this is a very lightweight. I have a 3 and a 3. And this actually, I picked it up to begin the class with because I wanted you to work with a very small weight in your hands, okay? One more, here we go, pull. And one more, here we go, pull. And then we do that semi squat. See how I'm just gonna come right here to a semi squat and then come back up. Now I want you to squeeze your butt really, really tight right there, okay? Here's the question you gotta ask yourself right here. So when you're full stance, you're about shoulder width apart, just a little wider than shoulders. So when you're right up here, your knees need to be soft, not really bent. And then when you're right up here and you're ready to pull back the elbows, you want to squeeze the butt and then come back down. So what I'm trying to get you to do is to fire the gluteals. I don't mean fire as in get them out of there. I mean get them revved up, okay? We walk around a lot. We get up. We've been motionless pretty much, you know, for hopefully 8 hours. Some of us 6 hours. Some of us 12 hours. So when you're sleeping or sitting on one of the biggest muscle groups in your body, it tends to go to sleep, okay? And some people, instead, you wake up and you're kind of in a paralyzed type state. So what I'm trying to get you to do is to know what to do to start firing or getting those gluteal muscles to get activated. Okay, so every time I stand up, even though you may not know it, I'm just telling you right here, my knees are soft and I'm squeezing my gluteals. And then when you go down, you're only going to go a little bit. See, that's not a full squat, right? So I'm going to do this repeatedly because this kind of motion, and I'm going to add a little bit of a march with it. So I'm going to do one more. And now I'm going to say breathe in through the nose. And I'm going to say tap, tap. So this is a calibrated march. I'm crossing, I'm tapping. Crossing and tapping. I'm not asking you to hold it. I'm not asking you to ambulate, meaning move. You can creep forward and then creep backward if you want to. And so what I want you to really concentrate on when you're doing this final warm-up move is I want you to concentrate on keeping your tummy super tight, your knees soft. When you bring that knee up, I'm just tapping it. See? I'm just reaching out, tapping it with those light weights. So see, my light weights normally are 6 each. So I use these for warm-ups this morning, and they're 3 each. So when I say light, I mean light. I actually just want you to have something in your hand. Okay? Take a big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Tight tummy. I'm tapping the knee. I might ambulate a little bit forward. I might ambulate a little bit backwards. Okay? Big breath. We did forward movement. We did side to side movement. Just a couple more of these. Big breath. And I'm going to take these down and put them over here, and I'm going to get ready to pick them back up, but not quite yet. Okay? Open your hands. So we're going to give your hands lots of breaks. Okay? Now, I have my chair turned. See, here's the seat. And I have it here for a reason. I happen to know there's a lot of you out there. So as I'm setting you up for this next move, put your hand on the back of the chair. It's facing you, and hopefully it has a rung right here. See? I just want a little bit of an elevation, number one. And I'm going to step forward. I'm going to step back here. But my hand stays here. So I'm going to step forward, bend the knee, act like I'm right there, because if I was there, I would be punching you right here so that you wouldn't lean from the waist. Then when I come back, see, I'm going to keep this toe straight, but I'm going to bring this leg back, and it's going to be facing the opposite way, like it's making an L. So here we go. Here, dip, and then all the way back, keep the knees soft. See, that leg doesn't move. This one, the toe is straight. Okay, drop your shoulders, your hand is here, step way back here, bend the knees, and then come back forward again. Okay, take a breath. Say rib cage up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So it's just a full range of motions and a little different spin on rotating those joints, okay, especially through the hip. Okay, so now I'm gonna just turn and I'm gonna put my hand here and see, right here on the back, I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna go forward and then I'm gonna go way back here. See, knees are soft, the toe is straight, the knee is straight. There's no pressure on it. So I'm gonna go step forward, stay upright, bend that back knee, then come up and go way out here. So I have a straight on toe, and then the other toe is going like in an L position. So we're gonna do that a couple times. Drop, and then straight out. You got your hand on the chair, keep your knees soft, say rib cage up. Breathe, breathe, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Here we go. Woo! And here we go. Big breath. And now you're ready for all that setup. And I almost went into why I was doing this. There's a lot of you out there that have had significant feet, ankle problems, Achilles problems. Look what I'm doing. I'm just standing here. I've done a lot of movement, a lot of warm up. And what am I doing? I am putting my toe on the rung of the chair. See, this knee is bent. Okay, you ready? Drop your shoulders, soften both of your knees. This one's bent, this one's just softened. And now I want you to straighten that front leg and push a little, not a lot, on that toe. And you're dropping your heel and you're pushing yourself forward, okay? Really pushing forward. And you should feel a much deeper, whoa, that should get your attention. This is a great follow through to all that warming up that we just did. Okay, now step back, put your other toe up there. It's bent. This leg back here is soft. It's not bent, but it's soft. And then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna step back enough so that I can straighten that front leg. So the ball of my foot is on the rung of the chair. And then I'm gonna pull myself in there while I'm dropping my heel. Okie dokie. Drop that heel, press, take a big breath, release, and do it one more time. Here we go. Press the heel down, straighten that leg, pull against the chair so that you're getting a little pressure and a little stretch coming deep into that calf, okay? It should actually feel pretty good. It's almost like, whoa, does that feel good? All of the stuff I did before was to get you ready for that kind of a stretch, okay? All right, so now I'm gonna do two more moves for full body warm up. I'm gonna turn my chair around, okay? We did our walking, we did all kinds of turns for our hips, our knees, our feet, and now let's dress into the back, okay? So I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna soften up my knees. I'm gonna drop my shoulders, and I'm gonna push my hips toward the chair, okay? Just like that. Then I'm gonna come out of that, put my hands right here. I'm gonna step back, and again, drop my hips. So your shoulders are down, and you're just dropping your hips, and then you're gonna pull right back up out of that, step in, put your hands right back here again, Release, release. Drop your shoulders and push the hips forward. Push the hips forward, drop your shoulders, soften your knees, keep pushing, and then one more, step out and drop the hips, okay? So those two positions to do the hyperextension of your spine in a very controlled, careful way is a really good way to prep you to get going. So I'm going to turn and I'm going to turn. See that? So look at this. My feet are planted. I've done a lot of forwards and backs. Soften your knees, drop your shoulders. Now don't move your feet. I'm gonna turn and act like I'm pushing. See that? So I'm pretty much sitting into my heels and my feet. Then I'm gonna come right here to center. I'm gonna drop my shoulders again, in through the nose, out through the nose. I'm gonna turn around that column. So I'm not leaning, but I'm pushing. My knees are soft and I'm pushing. Okay, you got it? And then come back, okay? Shake out, shake out, shake out. And now you're gonna get ready to grab those weights, okay? So here I am, and I'm gonna start, since I did a very, very good warm up, I'm gonna start with a medium heavy weight, okay? So we're gonna do upper body work today, but I'm also pointedly gonna work on loading your frame, okay? So I'm gonna start with a 12 in both hands. Yeah, that's pretty heavy to start with, but we've done a lot of warm up, right? We've done a lot of warm up. So go ahead and pick up whatever weight is medium heavy for you, okay? That's the kind of moves I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna start by just hanging on to these, and I'm gonna let them I'm not gripping the barrel. I'm letting them kind of hang off my fingers, okay? So once I've done that, I'm gonna step up on the disc, and I'm gonna step down. So I'm just gonna get a feel for how does it feel for my spine and my frame to handle 24 pounds. And that's what I have hanging here, okay? Then I'm gonna turn and I'm gonna do it again. See, I'm gonna go one way the first time and the other way the second time. Anytime you do directional changes, you start with one leg versus the other leg, you put weight on you and you have to manage the weight. All of that is part of strength work, and it's part of training your brain, and it's part of proprioception, okay? So here I am. Now I'm gonna step down. I'm gonna turn and go around again. And now we're gonna change it, okay? But before we change it, we're gonna do a little sit back. See that? So just sit back, just like that. You're going into the heels. And when you squat, or you think you're gonna go into a squat, pay attention. What are you doing with your shoulders with this medium heavy weight as you go toward a squat? You should feel the shift of weight going into your heels right there, right there. See that? Yeah. So once I've gone into there, I'm gonna bring the weights front here. These are, again, medium heavy. I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna go tap right there on the shoulder. And then I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna do the other side, okay? So check your positioning, all right? A little bit wider than shoulder, straight forward with your feet as possible, as much as possible, okay? In through the nose, out through the nose. As you come up, you're just gonna bring that and tap the front of the shoulder. Got it? We're only gonna do this a couple times because we're doing a little moves to get us prepped and ready to take this kind of a weight on our frame. So we're going to go from here. And so we're doing a little interset here. And I hope you're noticing what's going on with your elbows. So as you're pulling, this weight should be significant to your shoulder and back. You should keep your elbow tucked. It should be pretty close to your waist. Okay? In through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. Now bring one up and then bring the other up. Okay? Now I'm going to just put them, I'm going to hang on to them so that they don't grind into my shoulder bone, but I'm putting them on my frame. That's the thing. Take a big breath. Now I'm going to step up onto that pillow and down. Okay, this changes everything. And I'm going to turn and walk one way. And I'm back here. My tummy's in super tight. My shoulders are down. My rib cage is up. I'm going to step up with the other leg. Get right up onto that disc. I'm going to step down and turn and walk around it. Okay? And I'm going to say rib cage up. Other leg starts the step down, walk around it. Okay? And now the other leg steps up and down, and we walk around. We do that twice. Okay? Again, we go up and down and around and around and around and around. Okay? Now stay with me. So here's the thing to check. I'm keeping these weights, and they should be medium heavy, right on my shoulders. That means I have to be very lined up. So I say rib cage up, shoulders down, tight tummy. I'm going to go tap, step back down. Okay? I'm going to go tap, step back down. So I'm changing the lead leg. Step, tap, step down, down. Step, tap, down, down. Step, tap, down, down. Again, right now, say rib cage up, tighten your tummy, step, tap, down, down. And step, tap, and down, down. Take a big breath. Step, tap, down, and down. So we did repeated stepping, moving our whole body weight plus whatever weight you picked up, and we moved it into that disc. So see, I just popped these. I just gave a little lift, and they came right down here, okay? Again, medium heavy weight, right? So I was staying at shoulder width. So now I'm gonna keep one right here on my leg, right here. I'm gonna sit back into the heels. I'm gonna hip hinge. I'm gonna bring one weight as far down as I can. See that? And it's gonna be a pull. So I pretty much wanna stay as squared as possible. Meaning I don't wanna twist, even though I'm doing one pull, one arm at a time. I want you to avoid the propensity to turning or twisting through your back or through your waist. So it's just a down and an up. It's a down and an up. And you're gonna pull straight back over your right back, just with your elbow, just straight back. Keep your chin tucked. Breath, duh. Breath, pull, breath, and hold it there. Okay, so we're doing our little semi-squat stance. Now I'm gonna go to the other. I'm gonna go down, then I'm just gonna pull that elbow back, but I am not twisting. I'm not gonna overly twist. in order to get this big weight back, okay? That is a move that you don't want to do when you're in this position and you're lifting the weight. You don't do a lot of back twisting, okay, or turning. Breath, take a big breath, take a big breath, bring those elbows back, in through the nose, out through the nose. Go, keep your chin tucked. Yeah, just one more. Okay, and then come back. Nice. All right. Now we're gonna get in front of our chair. See, I've turned my chair around. Okay. I'm gonna go down, 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 down. I'm gonna sit on that chair. Okay. Sit solid on it, not too far forward, not too far back. Then I'm gonna turn these weights. I haven't changed my weights yet. Okay. They're still medium heavy, so it should be a bit of a challenge. Okie dokie. So here we go. Lots of us have had shoulder issues. We have had osteoporosis type issues, arthritis type issues, and I am wrangling here a bit of a heavier weight, right? So everybody has to get the weight that is going to push them just enough, all right? So you have to decide that. I can tell you in each of my hands right here, I have 12 pounds, okay? So that's kind of a medium going into heavy, all right, for me. So now as I'm sitting here, just comfortably sitting here, right? My legs are a bit wide because I want you to lean in just a tiny bit. See that? I'm gonna lean in just a tiny bit. I'm gonna keep my shoulders down. I'm gonna bring one of those weights right here. Then I'm gonna bring the other weight right here. Down. I'm stable. I'm not gonna worry about getting off balance. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. I'm gonna keep my elbows in. I'm gonna take this weight and put it right at the top part of my head. See that? And I'm only doing one at a time. So my tummy is super tight. I'm gonna keep my elbows facing forward. Breath. Ooh. Breath. Keep your elbows facing forward. Breath. Breath. Go. Breath. Go. Keep your elbows forward. Big breath. In through the nose, out through the nose if possible. See how I'm just coming right above my head, right above my ears? Yeah, I'm not going all the way up. But this should be challenging for you. And we're going up in the repetitions as many as we can do without compromising our correct motion. Okay, elbows forward, elbows forward. Breath, exhale. Breath, exhale. Right above the head. Elbows forward, elbows forward, elbows forward. Breath, breath. Go. Just a couple more. We're almost there. Breath, breath, and breath. Okay, bring those weights right here. And they're resting right here on my thigh. See that? See, I'm hanging on to them, but the full weight is on the thigh. I'm not lifting them or anything like that, okay? Now what I want you to do is we have this pillow right here in front of us, correct? So here's my pillow, see? It's 2 inches, not quite 2 inches high on the ground. So what I want you to do is while you're steadying your weight on top of your quad here, see that? I just want you to lift your leg up and let your leg hover over that pillow. One leg, not both, okay? So let me set you up. Drop your shoulders, drop your chin, open your hip a little, until you feel the tummy tighten. Now you're ready. So breathe into the nose, lift that leg, and go tap, tap, tap. And then go reach out. And see, you're not hanging, you're only steadying the weight. So see, I've got 12 pounds that I'm hanging on to here, and you're just tapping, tapping, and you're reaching. See, with that toe, tapping, tapping, and then reach. So tap, 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 bring the knee up, knee up, and come forward. So that should have started getting your attention. Yes. Okay, take a breath. We're gonna go to the other one. So I'm gonna say rib cage up. I'm gonna open at the hip. I'm gonna tighten in my tummy. And I'm steadying the weight. Now I'm gonna put this one down here so you can see what I'm doing over here. And I'm going to just simply lift this leg enough to tap that toe on that pillow. See? So I'm tapping it, I'm hovering over it and tapping it like that. See that? And then I'm gonna go reach, tap, reach, tap. Don't cheat here. You want to let that weight be on the leg. You're just steadying it so it doesn't fall off or like hit your toe. See? Tap, 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 reach, reach, tap, reach, reach, tap. And you're only going to be able to do a few, and that muscle is going to start saying, whoa, I know. All right, so put these weights right here, just like that. Take a big deep breath, lean in, release all that tension. Now rotate back, and now you know what you're doing, right? With the little pillow. So what's the first thing I want you to do? Because if you're going to lift your leg, if you don't lean back and open at the hip, you will flex your back. And that's what might cause you to strain muscles, because that's not how you want to move when you're going to lift like this. See? So I'm right here at the pillow. I'm going to open back, tighten my tummy. I'm going to go lift, lift, lift. So anybody that has had issues with hips, backs, legs, in any way, this is a very doable move. And I've got 12 pounds on my legs here. So I'm going to go lift, tap, put it down. Lift, tap, put it down. Lift, tap, and then I'm just going to do it repeatedly. But I'm going to constantly say rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up. And I'm going to keep doing a lift, tap, lift, put it down. Lift, tap, lift, put it down. Okay? Lift, tap, lift, put it down. Lift, tap, lift, put it down. Yes. Now we're ready to stand up with a weighted squat. Okay? So there are those out there that maybe this might be too much of a load. Okay? So always think safety. You can put the weight down, then you can get to a neutral position and then pick the weight up. So when I was heading into my hip replacement and knee replacement, I couldn't have done that. It would have had so much pain. So I'm just being real with you here, and I know that there are people out there that have concerns with standing up with their hips. So these are weights, pretty heavy, 12 pounds each. So if I were in that category where I knew that in a certain position it was just going to be terrible pain, you put your hands here, you get to neutral. This is neutral. Then you grab the weights and stand up with them. Okay? So here I go. I'm going to go back down. I can either put them down or hang on to them, come back up. okay? So if you're a person with hip concerns, knee concerns, you're gonna know how far down you can go without assistance, meaning assistance of your own hands in the chair, okay? I'm trying to help you understand that depending on where you're at with your challenges, you have to change the way you do things, okay? I had to, everybody has to. Right now, I can go down, go into my heels really hard. I can go all the way to sitting and not have a problem. But that wasn't the case all the time. This move of squatting, and if you're gonna go all the way down, you might have to put your weights down and then come pick them back up. Now, when you're standing here right now, you should be squeezing your butt pretty hard, okay? And we practice that, right? Here we go. I'm gonna go down. I'm gonna tap the chair. If I needed to, I would put the weight down because squatting is kind of an essential functional move. If you can do it and train with heavier weights to give your joints a good readout of loading, great. If that's not possible for you, you can still do this whole class and get great benefit by doing body weight. And that's fine too. But keep lining yourself up. Shoulders down. In through the nose. Out through the nose. Tap on the back part of your legs. Come back up. Big breath. Yes, it's a medium heavy weight. Breath or whatever weight you chose. Here we go. Breath. So I'm going all the way down now. Some of you may choose not to go all the way down. Some of you may choose a high squat. Maybe you need to stop here and then come back. That's great. But if you can go down and tap and then come back, do that. Breath and back. Here we go. Breath and back. One more. We're there. We're right there. And come back. Yay. Okay. Go over here. Down to my rack. And I'm going up one. You may need to go down one, which is fine. Again, you have to decide where you're at with how much weight you're going to lift. Take a big breath. Maybe you need to just take a walk like this. See, I'm going around the square. See that? Step out, walk forward, step out, walk back, step side, walk forward, step out, and walk back. Okay? Now to complete that little inner set, I was going in one direction. I'm going to go the opposite direction. Step, step forward, step across the front of the pillow, step back, step wide, step up to the front of the pillow, across the pillow, and step and walk back. Just a couple times. Shake out your hands, big deep breath. And you remember how we started this whole class? All we did was some repeated stepping, right? On the pillow. And we had light weight. I had 3 pounds. Okay, now I got 15 pounds. Okay? I'm going to step right back here again. Now, if stepping on an uncompromising surface, one that's going to throw you, is too much, you don't want to do that right now, just kick the thing out of the way and step forward, okay, onto just the floor. That's perfectly fine. Because see, now I'm asking my core, my shoulders, my hips, my knees, my feet to handle 30 extra pounds on my frame. And if you really want a wake up call as far as how much different things weigh, well, I've got 30 pounds here. And you know how we go through times of our lives and we gain 10 here, 15 here, 20 here. Well, we can't just put it down. That's how heavy it is. And some of you, I can hear you saying, well, that's a good thing about osteoporosis. I'm like, well, the problem is you can't release it when you need to rest, and your body is having to struggle against that extra weight 24/7. Okay, so that's just a good reality check. So I'm hanging on to 30 pounds here, 15 and 15. They're right here by my side. I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna step back. Then I'm gonna step up, tap, and step back. So what am I doing? I'm alternating my stepping. I'm stepping on a very smushy surface, okay? I have 30 extra pounds. Every time I step up, I try to be aware of how am I functioning through my hip, through my knee, through my back. And I will guarantee you when I step up on my right side, if I'm not concentrating, profoundly concentrating, I over lean because I'm letting the stronger muscles take over. So I'm really concentrating on staying straight as I bring that leg up to tap and I come down. And yeah, it's gonna take maybe 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 step-ups. Yeah, it doesn't have to be super complicated to give you an excellent loading. See, I'm doing basically a carry, which is what anybody that addresses exercise and seniors or exercise and people with the challenges that I've talked about, they want you to do weight loading. Okay, y'all, this is weight loading, okay? And I'm not overusing joints by doing repeated curls or repeated this, repeated, I'm stepping. I'm just ambulating, and I'm stepping up on a 2-inch little platform that's very spongy, that's making me have to pay attention, or it will get you off balance because it's supposed to, okay? And I'm just alternating, see this? And I can tell you my hands are getting really tired right now. My forearms, and all they've done is stabilize this weight, that's it. For all these steps. Okay, this is the last one. Okay, take a breath. Now I'm not gonna let them down. I'm gonna go back to this stance. I've taught you this. So you just do a high step back, see? Then you take one weight, bring it up, put it on the shoulder, then you bring the other one up. And I keep my fingertips, I keep my fingers underneath the weight. See that? Now I'm not gonna use the pillow on this one. All right? I'm not gonna use the pillow. Take a breath, step, and come back. Take a breath, step, and come back. So again, I'm essentially doing the movements of what a carry would be. But what have I done? I've gone from extremely lightweight, doing just a simple step up and down. Then I went to a medium heavyweight, and now I'm into a heavier weight configuration for me, okay? And I'm just stepping out now with this heavier weight, coming right down through my frame, Keep my tummy super tight. I'm gonna step and just drop my knee. And I prepped you for that by doing all that work to stretch through your ankle, your Achilles, your calf, okay? And see, if you did this right here with just putting your hands on your shoulder and no weight at all, this kind of repeated, properly formatted in your posture move is very beneficial for strength loading through your whole body, your whole muscles, all your bones. And we're using a very functional move. And we're doing it repeatedly. Say rib cage up, big breath in through the nose, out through the nose. Yeah, okay. Now I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna go a little bit wide. And I'm just gonna go push my butt back and then come back up, okay? So tight, tight tummy, hang on to your weights, push your butt back just a little, go into your heels and come back up. Now squeeze your butt. Okay, I'll show you how I'm doing this. I'm gonna go back, then I'm gonna come right back up. Okie dokie? So push your butt back, then come right back up, okay? Push your butt back, keep your chin tucked, and come back. It's not very far, not very far. But the minute you push your butt back and you say rib cage up, whoa, with this kind of weight, you're feeling it through your back extensors, which is exactly what we want. Take a breath, then come back in. Take one weight here, one weight here. See that? Then I'm gonna come right here, and I'm gonna do that same move again, but the weights are heavier. I'm gonna go boom and boom. See that? You must keep your elbows in when you're going heavier here, okay? So drop your shoulders, come right there, stomach's really working, core. Breath. Woo. Breath. Right there. Breath. Keep your shoulders down. Boom. Right there. Right there. Keep those elbows in. Woo. Breath. Your chin tucked. I'll turn to the sides. You see what I'm doing? Right there. I'm in a semi-squat. A little high. Kind of like you're perching yourself on a stool. Right like that. Breath. Pull. Breath. Pull. Breath. Pull. Breath. Okay. Okay, one last one with this heavier weight. I'm going to kick my little disc around here. Okay? I'm going to just step up on it. So I'm right here on my disc, and I'm just going to hang my heels off. That's it. I'm going to hang my heels off to where they can go and touch the floor. Then I'm going to go into my toes. So I'm going to lift into my toes. Tight tummy. So I'm just doing heel lifts, basically. Okay? Keep my knees soft. And I want to just go up into those toes. On that spongy disc. Keep your knees soft. Hip hinge. That will help you with your maintain good balance on here. Okay? It can be tricky. Stay with me. Go into those toes. You'll over, under, balance. You catch yourself. That's part of training, part of learning how to move through some of these sequences. Breath. See how I'm just lifting my heels? Feeling it in my calves. Take a big breath. Big breath. Big breath. Okay. And come back. Stand in front of your chair. Here we go. Down, 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 down. And sit. Yay. Now I've got the heavier weight. I'm going to just put them right here beside me. And all I'm going to do is pull my shoulder blades down and in. And then bend. Pull my shoulder blades down and in. Breath. Pull my shoulder blades down and in. Breath. Pull down and in. Ugh. Pull down and in. Breath. Pull down and in. It's a push-pull. Pulling them up, pushing them back. Pulling them up, pushing them back. Keep your shoulders down and in. Push, pull. And one more. Push, pull. Good. Put those weights down. Open your hands. Like that. Okay. Big breath. Now we're back to body weight. Yes, we are. Okay. Stepping out. Drop those shoulders. And just come down off that chair just a little bit. Keep your elbows tucked. So it's a 1 and a 2. Just a tiny dip with my shoulders down. See that? In through the nose, out through the nose. Breath. Whew. Shoulders down. Shoulders down. Shoulders down. Breath. Shoulders down. Breath. And hold it out here just for a second. And it's through the elbows that you're bending and straightening. Okay, has nothing to do with what you're doing with your hips. So it's bending and straightening at the elbows, and then come back. Swing those arms. Woo! I know. We moved right through it today, didn't we? Open and close. In and out. Over the head. Over the head. Turn. Look over your shoulder. Take a breath. Turn. Look over your shoulder. Take a breath. Breath. And come back. Okay. Stand up. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. All right. Some of you I'll hopefully see Wednesday. And I'll take this recording off. Good job.